Hello, Dracos. Hello, Dragonbond. How are you? I'm back on the weekly live stream. This time I'm in here because Pam is very busy at making stuff happen with all of Draco projects and especially in Dragonbond Lords of Vaala. And I'm also here with Mrs. Nesbit, in case you haven't seen her with her beautiful dragon costume. She is absolutely loving this because it keeps her warm and she has these great wings. As you might remember, this was part of a social goal we did for launching Lords of Vaala, and which is the main topic that we will be talking about today. Starting with 1 week and just a few days left to support the campaign, we're at a very good place right now. We simplified the stretch goals plans because of your feedback. We have been posting a lot of updates requesting your feedback, and we love hearing whatever you like to see in projects, because Kickstarter allows us to connect with you. So we have made updates about Kickstarter exclusive content or not, which this project is more aimed for being friendly for backers with an amazing value for your pledge, but not having exclusive content so that anyone who would like to join into Dragonbond in the future could enjoy the full experience. And also we have made some updates about the add-ons, which we will be talking about that very soon. And well, so far we have reached 6 stretch goals. Actually, I think 7. And we are very close to transform the Armies of Blood and Dreams box into a standalone lit experience of the wargame that we have been developing with Riverhorse. And with that, you will receive 2 games for the pledge of just 1, which is fantastic. And this will be reached on the 200,000 milestone of the Kickstarter campaign. So right now we are having new generals. We just unlocked one over the weekend, which is Eldai Alarm, one of the very important characters in Alaria, because he joins the Warden, Elise, the Dragon Queen, later in the novels. I'm just waiting to see some technical issues, but am I back? Okay, so I was speaking about the alternate generals, the Alaria and Iberia generals. Right now, the one we unlocked for Eldai Alarm is a very important character in the novels who joins the Kirin Warden forces for the Dragon Queen Elise. And we are now about to unlock Varian. The art and the models that you see in the campaign are just for placeholder purposes, but because we are still sculpting and creating the concept art for those, since those are generals, they need to feel very commanding on the table presence, just as the other miniatures that we have for the other generals. And Varian is a gladiator favored by the people, very highly charismatic, who the cards of Varian involves a lot of combat, and actually his Dragonbond ability allows the units that Varian destroys in combat to be placed in the essence track of the Bonded Dragon. That's for Lords of Vaala. While Eldai Alarm, the Dragon Bonded ability, allows to recover some spent tokens on his player board and the Bonded Dragon's board, and also draw some Vaala cards. So there are like very different feels with both of those generals. And well, yesterday we posted an update about the add-ons. We talk a little bit about the Fell Knight, the Kada, the new generals that comes in Legends of Valerna, which is Onatela and Zagreb. So let's speak about that a little bit. The Fell Knight, we had a playtest last week, and it's in YouTube as well. It's mercenary, so to speak, being of Dream, who can be a kind of a trickster, but you can hire and get remove someone from the board to do your bidding, or at least to fight someone else and not you. And it's very fun to play because you have to read your ally. First of all, the players may bid power tokens at the start of each round to partner with the Fell Knight. And if they do, then whenever the Fell Knight receives power token by filling their essence track, or whenever the Fell Knight plays one of the actions which allows them to recover, the ally also gets 1 power token. So that's like, you could see that like an investment, but also to have someone not attacking you. And then the Vaala cards of the Fell Knight allows extra benefits to the ally. Usually there are some that put the ally into a decision of whether I want to keep the alliance token or not. It is very interesting to play the Fell Knight because you have to read the board and your allies, and you need to place yourself in a position where you can pivot, because you don't know in the next round whether you need to consider someone as your ally or someone else, because they will be bidding and you have no vote on that. It's very interesting to play the Fell Knight. And the Kada, let me... Nesbit wants to go. The Kada is similar, but the contrary. It's basically a monster that hunts players, and at the beginning of the round, the Kada chooses a player that will receive the Doom token, and with that, the Kada will get +2 dice on the combat value against that player. The Kada and the Fell Knight fill their essence track with 2 units destroyed, which is different than the Dragons. The Dragons need 3 to fill their essence track and get 1 power token. So it's easier with the Fell Knight and the Kada because they cannot collect power from the board. They get power in different ways. So the Kada, it's pretty much a monster that you will use on combat. And also by choosing the player with the highest power to give the Doom token, you get 1 power as the Kada. And the Kada can be destroyed. That's something unique. But as you know, there's no player elimination in this game. So the Kada is destroyed, and the rest of the turns can play the Vaala Glyph, which allows the Kada to draw 2 cards or play a Vaala card. The Vaala cards from the Kada are very inexpensive. And so when the next round begins, the Kada will spawn in another region of the board and be stronger with the Vaala cards that were played in the previous round. We hope to play test with you together again, maybe a 6-player game to live stream a game session. And yeah, I have played against the Kada, but I have not played as the Kada. There are so many combinations for the generals, dragons, the Fell Knight, now the Kada, that I haven't played with them all. I have played with a lot of them, but not all the generals. I'm missing Zagreb. I play with Onatela, so let me talk a little bit about Onatela. Onatela is a leader of the Grand Guild, which is an organization in Alaria, basically run by the gnomes, the Godao. They are genius inventors and tinkerers. They also collect taxes. And Onatela is very important in the first saga of Dragonbond. She can betray or manipulate. I think that's the word for Onatela. And her Vaala cards are also very flavorful in that way. She can move some pieces on the board, or even take units from your opponents, like an upgrade card, or convert a unit token, which is alone in a region, to convert it to become one of her units. And well, just as the Grand Guild collect taxes, Onatella's Dragonbond ability allows her and her bonded dragon to collect one additional power token whenever they collect from the board. Of course, if there's a power token to collect, and also if that's possible. And then Zagreb, which is the other general for Tiberia, we talked about this in the update. It's a master alchemist, and it's very interesting. We were just speaking in the team before the live stream started that it plays very different from the other generals, because the Vaala cards are played face down, and they are triggered whenever Zagreb may choose after a condition is met. For example, you can place smoke bombs, but it's a face down card, and all your cards cost 2 power, so there's no way of anyone knowing what are you playing. Smoke bomb allows you to reveal it whenever you are engaged as a defender in combat, and you may retreat, or you may have the bombs, like alchemist bombs, which allows you in a combat to convert a critical hit into 3 standard hits, which is also very good whenever your attacker or the defender decided to counter attack. It can be fairly surprising, but there are different cards from Zagreb to play face down, and they are activated in different conditions. And of course, the Dragon Bonded ability allows the dragon to also look at the face down card and activate them as if it were of the dragon. So that's pretty much Legions of Valerna. Creatures of Valerna is more environment versus players, and each creature has a unique ability, so it feels very different to play, to enter into combat, engage with the 5 Hydra, than engaging with the 5 Goblins. For example, the 5 Goblins, they will make you retreat instead of making you damage, so that can be very frustrating, but it's an easy kill, fairly easy. And the 5 Hydra is a very hard one, but very high reward, or the Wada themselves. And we had the miniatures with us last week, but right now they are no longer here. It's with other team members. They are still playtesting with all the prototypes we're having. By the way, we will have events of this at Gen Con, of Lords of Vaala, Kiwi Chowdown, Those Riding Dinos, Eldritch Century, War for Chicken Island even. So if you are attending to Gen Con, look for the events right now and you can join. So Creatures of Valerna also includes 5th edition rules to play the most famous role-playing game. And with that, I think those are the expansions we're looking right now. We sent a poll. If you are joining into the campaign, make sure to check the last update, the update number 7, and answer the poll, because we are asking what other add-ons you would like to see, like the big box of holding. That I agree, that's a must. I love War for Chicken Islands big box because of that, and that was exclusive for the first print run. It was not Kickstarter exclusive because there were some retail copies with that, but all the expansions fit in there, and that's very, very nice. With Lords of Vaala, we're looking to have like a big box of holding as well, but it might be just for this first release because there are so many plans with Lords of Vaala, so many expansions that we can do. Just yesterday, Abakar was telling us about the unique city tokens to maybe offer a unique ability. That sounds fantastic, something we would like to explore. And the most likely expansion to become a reality right now is the Nawak and Isbal realms with the new dragons, Exor and Coatl, which we of course will see more upgrade cards, action cards. We would love to make that expansion into a reality, but we need your support, not only on the Kickstarter, but only in letting us know that this is an add-on that you would like to get, so we can commit to producing some copies of those, and it will be very, very exciting to have those. Other than that, we have other add-ons. We are reviewing the rubber mat to the oversized rubber mat to have stitched edges, or maybe not, because we have seen mixed feedback or opinions. But what we are certainly exploring is the possibility of having two-sided board for the oversized rubber mat, so you can choose whether you like to use the full color one or the mute color version, which feels more like Tolkien map and that kind of maps. You can get extra die sets, you can get the card sleeves, and basically we are exploring the other with the factory. What else we are going to talk about? If you would like to get updates about Lords of Vaala, like every picture, review, video, you can subscribe into Board Game Geek by clicking the subscribe. You will get notified on your profile in Board Game Geek. You can also click on the like button, the heart. Oh, what the awful heart. And yes, we are right now speaking about reviews. Board Game Co just posted the review today, and that's it for Lords of Vaala. Let's talk a little bit about the other projects, because I was just talking with the factory about half an hour ago, and we also sent a newsletter for our subscribers. So let me run. Starting with Dollars Riding Dinos, I'm very, very happy to say that Dollars Riding Dinos production has finished. So the game is almost at your homes. We really want those to arrive already, but we are reviewing the whole freight shipping situation because it is crazy right now. Like some quotes have been 10 times as higher as previous years. So we are looking into maybe consolidating our projects. It might take some extra weeks to join them and consolidate them, but that's a way that we are seeing, so we absorb the cost and not charge any additional shipping fees. Then for Kiwi Chowdown, we have finished the development, the art. We are looking at, taking a final look at the editing, and we will start translations very soon. So that's very good news. Then Eldritch Century, the books. Luckily, the books have arrived into the United States. So while a lot of backers have already received theirs on Europe, I know that most of the backers are in the United States. So you shall receive a tracking number or a surprise in the email, in the mailing very soon. And we would like to know your thoughts about Eldritch Century. So please join into our Discord server or just tag pictures of Eldritch Century to us. There's also RPG Geek, not only Board Game Geek. So we are looking to expand our presence in RPG Geek as well, to have pictures and forums and stories. And that's for Eldritch Century RPG. Then Great Realms of Draca, the book. Pam told you that we approved mass production copy. We will have the production finished most likely by the end of this month or early in September. And we're looking into consolidating that with those Riding Dinos, so it's not too too far away. But we need to wait also on the miniatures, which are the ones on the back. The Great Realms of Draco or Dragons of the Red Moon. For the plastic ones, the tooling is just being finished this month, and production might still take a couple of months. We are waiting for the critical route and the lead times on the production. But for the resin dragons, finally, we have complete manufacture in Mexico. Those are, we have 5 shipping waves. So finally, we have the 5 completed, and Draco Forge, our resin cast workshop, can start a new adventure with the wargame of Dragonbond, which is, the final name is Dragonbond Onslaught. We will make a press release about this, because right now the beta stage has been called Battles of Valerna, and it has been on 3D printing, and your copies of Armies of Blood and Dreams can become a starter of the wargame. But the full experience will be in Dragonbond Onslaught. We will talk about that later. And speaking about the miniatures behind me, and big miniatures, I have this one with me. It's the Titanothor from Numenera. And just a slight update that we we will have another release of Numenera for 3D printable files. We will include the Amber monolith, and we can expand to terrain. Right now, Montecook has given us the license to create terrain and ciphers and artifacts. So if you have any ideas for models that you would like to see on Lair for the 3D printables, please let us know on our Discord or on Facebook, or if there's an illustration about that in the book, you can tag us, and with that we can start modeling. This campaign is expected to launch at some point this year, most likely late September or early October, with our Lair team, because they have finished all their current projects. They are just working on the monthly releases, and that's the final topic, the monthly releases of Dragonbond, which Lair will have. We are looking to launch that soon. Originally, we didn't want the STL files for the creatures of Valerna and the monsters and all the expansions to be in the campaign, because those were included in the monthly releases. But now we have decided to welcome everyone into the current campaign. We will release those as part of a bundle, and we are shifting slightly the ideas with the monthly releases, the content, I mean. And you will get more updates about that in case you are into 3D printing and overall in RPG, comics, story, lore, art. All of our monthly releases, similar to Patreon, will be to integrate you into the development of Dragonbond, so we can create this universe together and eventually see it in a big screen on an animated series. That's the goal with Dragonbond right now. We need your support and your help spreading the word on Lords of Vaala, so we can reach a large audience of Dragonbond fans, and we can grow the game and create more expansions and more content for the coming years. Personally, I need to say that it's the game that I truly enjoy the most from all the games that I've been involved with. Dragonbond Lords of Vaala is definitely the one that I always keep thinking about my decisions and the next games, and now I want to play as the Kada, and I want to try the new generals and the Vaala cards, and then look into not Dragon Bonding. And yeah, on top of that, we have some mini expansions in the Kickstarter coming, which is the Draconic Offerings and the Captains expansion, which, well, that's a lot of content and a lot of replayability for Lords of Vaala. So I think that was a very lengthy weekly update, but I'm very happy to join. I couldn't see the comments because when I tried to see them, I think the connection was locked, the technical issues, but I will read the comments in a few minutes. Thank you very much for joining. And Pam will also be addressing your comments. Also, Moy, our community manager, and in our Kickstarter, you can always join us and comment, and we will be very happy to chat with you. Thank you.
If we're to survive the dragons, we must make our magic stronger. Every 27 years, the dragons fly in from the Red Moon, searching for one thing only: Vaala. It only exists on Valerna, and to take it is to destroy us. Valerna is at war. Our resources are depleted. Now we must protect ourselves from this new threat. But our greatest danger hides our greatest hope, and the Dragonbond can rewrite the future. Lords of Vaala is an asymmetric strategy game for up to 4 players from the ever-expanding Dragonbond universe. With a bespoke AI system to accommodate smaller groups and solo mode, you can choose to control a general or a dragon in a race to gather the most power through Vaala. Every round is a prediction, as a deck is built using the planned actions by every player. When a player passes, the deck is revealed and each card is resolved as they were played. Players with the most versatile strategy will gain the upper hand. Dragons soar, attack, and cause devastation. consuming precious Vaala, destroying those that stand in the way. Generals raise armies to command, battling through war to expand and reign. Both generals and dragons have the same goal: collect power. The first player to gather 10 power tokens triumphs. It won't be easy, but you can use power to cast unique Vaala cards, bringing mighty effects into play. Beware the new iconic Dragonbond mechanic, for if a general bonds with a dragon, a unique character ability will be enabled for the remainder of the game, and you will win or lose together. Expertly crafted miniatures, highly detailed art, and intriguing mechanics by veteran artists and designers in the industry. By pledging in our Kickstarter today, you can enhance your game with a free copy of Armies of Blood and Dreams to replace the cardboard units with highly detailed miniatures of the races and units from Dragonbond, along with a lore guide for them. Expand player options with the expansions available in this campaign. Creatures of Valerna bring new monsters to the game with unique abilities, available for everyone to hunt and collect power if they succeed. Legends of Valerna includes 2 new factions with different dynamics to extend the game up to 6 players. It also includes alternate generals with their unique Vaala cards and miniatures. Become Dragon Bonded today to build an expert strategy, cast devastating spells, and emerge from battle as the Lord of Vaala.